Hello guys, so welcome to Weiss Academy. Today we're here back with another feature match. So this one's going to be between the Kanata Marine deck from Hololive and the dual lane Tokyo Revengers deck. Deciding who to go first and second, so Tokyo Revengers player chooses the Sag card, meaning that they're taking the second turn. So I'm going to be playing the Kanata Marine deck on the left here. Proceeding to draws after we cut our decks. Now there is a little bit of glare on my side at first. I fixed it a bit in, so hopefully it doesn't stay for too long. So deciding what to mull here. So I'm going to mull the two Kanatas to draw two cards from my deck. And then Tokyo Revengers, just going to discard one level 3 Baji. Okay, so draw for turn. Going to clock Marine CX and then draw 2. So the deck generally doesn't really want to keep CXs in hand, you just want to keep the stock soul. And you don't really want to play CXs early all that much. So clocking the CX, good way to get it out of hand. We swing for 2 directly, which sticks. I realize, yeah, there's some glare going on. Gonna turn down the lights so we get rid of it. Should be better now. Yeah, so we open with the Aqua Riki in the middle. How is Tokyo gonna answer? They clock draw, they're gonna play the Mikey, which sends the Aqua to the waiting room. We're gonna trigger the effect. We accidentally clock from the top of our deck when the Riki is clocked from waiting room. Gonna correct it in a minute here. Right. Yeah, so there we go, we're correcting the effects of putting the cards we took back. So, going to clock another Aqua from the waiting room. Gonna reveal the 2. He's gonna go for the blind slot, so swing for 2. Okay. Draw for turn. Clocking a Marine, don't need those in hand just yet. So in this matchup, if you're playing the Kanata Marine deck, what you're really digging for is you're looking for your Kanata combo pieces for level 2, and in this matchup you want to hold the stock swap as well because it's a really powerful tool against their deck, which just tries to generate a billion stock and go off trying to kill you from level 2. The tap counter is also very good against their deck. You don't really care about the anti-change, so we're going to play 3 including Clean Cut and play a Marine CX. I believe this is because I have 3 CXs in hand, so I just want to get it out of hand. And usually with this deck, you don't want to swing early, but in this matchup, pushing damage can be okay because you don't want to give them too much time to kind of build up. Unfortunately, we trigger another gate on the first one, salvage the Kanata level 3. Do stick some damage though. So we stick 2 of our attacks, pushing them to level 1, making sure we're not too behind in damage. Going to clean cut the Brainstorm. Don't think we can pay out the gate though, unless we like Encore 3, but that's extremely inefficient, so probably leave the gate there for now. Unfortunate first trigger. So the Tokyo Revengers, the dual lane deck. Probably going to play down 2 of the 1-0s and then play plus Soul CX this turn. See. I think it's a pretty consistent deck. It's hard for them to really mess up. Going to play down the Baji Brainstorm, I believe that is. Alright. So, I forgot that guy's name, but it's one of the dual link cards. I believe that one gets you the stock from waiting room. So you're gonna play down 2 of them. Yeah, it does play the climax. So it's gonna salvage and give them +1 soul. salvages the Baji level 3 combo. I believe he's giving the 1-0 on the right, on reverse draw 1, ditch 1. So when he's attacking, he's going to put a character from waiting room into a stock. Or 2 characters, sorry. That is effect if you only have 2 lanes. Trigger hits a +2 soul for 4 damage. We're going to eat all of that. So level up here. Level a red. So this deck is mostly red base at level 1, so you want to level the red first, then green, then yellow generally. Swings with the other lane. Go to stock 2. Trigger. Okay, for 3, which also sticks. Unfortunate, no cancels. So I think the dual laner deck, if you cancel against that deck early, they struggle to really push the game ahead because they only cancel, or they only attack twice per turn, right? So canceling any one of their attacks is pretty impactful. Brainstorm here, misses. A lot of cards still in deck. I think we draw suboptimally here. If I recall correctly, I drew I clocked the 2 on assist and I drew 2 more level 2s. So I think we only have 2 cards to play down this turn. We play the Showdown Bomb, top check a character to decrease 1 level on the level 1. Play a green Stock Soul. Like I said, we drew a ton of CXs, so just trying to get those out of our hand. We only have 2 attacks, so that's the main reason played it. So we can guarantee 4 stock for the level 2 turn. So we're going to bottom deck bomb. And then direct for 3. For 5, triggering another double crit. Pretty unfortunate here. Don't want to see that. Cancels on 4. I'm going to pass turn here. So Revenger's pretty ahead. Try to push their lead here. Clock draw 2. Play down the other 1-0. I believe that one lets you check top if it's a character added to hand, if you only have 2 lanes. Using Brainstorm here. Hits 2. Double checking his effect, gets the search 2. Grabs the 1-1 counter, the 1-1 Leaf counter. And the 1-0, which I believe is tap 2. You choose a card on your stage and you salvage the same card for your waiting room and then ditch 1. Oh, changes his mind. Going to put the counter back. Gonna grab another Brainstorm. Both to hand. Again, Tokyo never has to commit much to the board because they'll only play with 2 lanes. I think he's trying to mill his deck. So going to Brainstorm again. Hits nothing. Still a decent amount of cards left in deck. He's gonna mill some more. about it. Don't think he can, just going to proceed to attacks. So asking for how big the Miko is, so normally it'd be 6k, but since I have an empty board, we don't have a power condition, it's only 4k, gonna get reversed for free. So going to stock one, and then top check, add to hand, swing for 1, take the 1 here, level up, level up green. Swing direct, stock one from waiting room, and then top check, character add to hand, add the counter, swing for 1, 2 damage on the direct lane. Okay, so we are going to clock encore the Miko, make sure we have enough cards to play for the Kanata combo. Drawing for turn. Clocking on the backups because I believe I have like all of them in hand with not enough level 3 Kanatas. And let's play the drop switch here. We do pay out the stock soul that we triggered. I believe we are searching for the level 0 Kanata Bonder, but we don't find any in deck. We try to find some way to the level 3 Kanata. I believe we only have 1 in hand. Four cards left in deck. Don't think there's any way we can get to another level 3, so we're just going to have to play with what we have. Oh, sorry, 5 cards left to deck. Yeah, so pay for the 2/1 Kanata. I'm gonna play the stock soul, use the change effect, change into the level 3. I'll play from hand, or yeah, I'll play from hand, change, heal 1. Level 1 lower stock soul, going to stock the shield bomb. Not really too useful at this point in the game. And then proceed to attack phase. If you have full board, going to salvage. We're going to grab, I think probably the stock swap and 1 Marine. So prepare for next turn. Probably going to swing with the Kanata first. I don't think they play anti-change, but just in case, play around the anti-change. Trigger another gate, unfortunately, so we're going to salvage another Marine here. So we have at least 2 Marine in the stock soul, at the stock swap, which is a decent setup. A front attack or a side attack with the Miko here, because I believe it is still smaller. It's only 6k versus the 7k Baji. Side, we hit a crit, which is going to be for 2, waiting for the Tokyo Revengers player to refresh first. Finish shuffling, cuts in half, takes the refresh. The refresh should go before the damage, as per the new refresh rules. I think we'll probably fix that in a bit. Yeah, so fixing it right now. Refresh climax, hitting a climax would be nice. And then some carryover damage. Okay. And then he gets hit by the side for 2. And then we swing again, hitting another climax, unfortunately, so double triggers this turn, cancels the next one. I debated not attacking here, knowing I had 1 climax left in deck, and maybe if he was a bit lower in damage, because I don't want him to hit level 3 when we're so decompressed. But he was already at 2-5, and it's really easy for Tokyo Revengers to clock themselves to level 3, to the combo if they wanted. So they're going to clock. See if they choose to go off this turn. They're thinking about what to do. Right? Do they clock themselves to 3, try to end the game this turn? But if they can't, they will be in a worse position. Or do they try to wait another turn, try to get more resources, more stock, more cards in hand? Considering the state of the deck for the Kanata Marine player, I think the Tokyo Revenger deck should push, as there are 2 climaxes in stock from last turn, and then 1 gate in stock from way before, at the very first stock. So there's 2 clean in deck, and refreshing only 5 climaxes. That's a very advantageous compression to end the game as Tokyo Revengers, especially since they can push a lot of damage with the amount of resources they have. But it seems like the Tokyo Revengers deck the Tokyo Revengers player decides not to push, just going to wait another turn, get some more resources, get more cards in hand they need for their combo. Attacking with the Baji. So he's going to get a free stock and then top check add to hand. So adds the early play Hina, which I believe is a healer. Triggering another crit for 4 damage. So that's 2 plus 2 soul. So yeah, 2 plus 2, 4 damage. Refreshing here, going to cut, take the refresh, which is a CX, but we cancel with another 1, so we don't eat the damage. And then they're going to crash into the Marine, I think. Or not the Marine, the Kanata. Good to get their free stock. And then checking top card, character add to hand for 1 damage. Oh no, I see. I believe they sided here, so it's going to be no damage. They're trying to stop us from reaching level 3, but we're going to be able to do it anyways by clock encoring the Miko and then looping it to clock ourselves for more damage. There are a ton of cards that clock in the Kanata Marine deck, so you can always force yourself to 3. Considering the state of the game, I believe we're going to try to push for a game here. As we do have 2 Marines and the stock swap in our hand. So we're going to play the Rushia here, which sacks the Miko to top check for a character to add to hand. And then the Miko, when sent to waiting room, going to clock a character from waiting room to encore. Level ourselves to 3. So we are at 3-0 now, and this is where we can start going off. Thinking about how to play out the turn. Alright. So pay 2 for the Marine. Marine on play, we're going to send the Miko, don't need it anymore. To top 3. Add 1, stock 1, ditch 1. Play another Marine here, so I believe we're going to kill off the Kanata level 3. digging for the climax. Yeah, there we find the climax. So going to take that, ditch one, and stalk the other. And think about what to do. We do have the stock swap in our hand, so thinking of playing that. I do ask how many climaxes the Tokyo player has in their waiting room. So they have 3 in waiting room, and we know they just triggered 2 in stock. So just need to see how many they have left in deck. So they're going to count their deck. It's 7 cards left in deck, so we know they have 2 in stock, 3 in waiting room. So I believe that they have 3 climaxes left in deck, so we are going to stock swap to get those 3 climaxes out. And they have a ton of stock which they're dumping. However, one thing that didn't work in our favor is the first blind stock they did from the level 0 Takemichi. They actually blind stocked a climax, which we had no knowledge of, so I actually dumped out 3 climaxes from their stock instead of only 2. So the stock swap is not as favorable for us. So in this case, it might have been better just to not stock swap and swing with the Marines. But that was just unfortunate. There's no way we could have known that he blind stocked a climax at the start of the game. Well, I guess we could have asked how much climaxes they were refreshing with and then kept track of how many they had left in deck. So that was something that could have been done better. And then that way we would have known they only had 2 left in deck. But I mean, with the stock swap, you have the potential of stocking climaxes after the refresh too. So I don't think it was too bad of a choice. They were going to stock 7 more after taking the refresh penalty. We're going to salvage another Marine, so play out the 3rd Marine, paying out that gate trigger that was triggered at the start of the game, sacking a Brainstorm to top 3, taking 1, sending 1 to stock, and then discarding 1 to waiting room. And we're just going to try to push for game. They are at 3-0 and we have triple Marine, so I think the chances are decent. Going to pay 1, discard a character, burn 2. So they're going to eat the 2 and then trigger for 4, and they cancel the 4 here. Going to front with the next Marine. Use the climax combo, pay 1, ditch 1, burn 2. They're going to take the 2, they do take the 2, so then any attack will finish the game. Unfortunately we hit a double crit, but they cancel the first one. Doesn't really matter. So thinking about what to do, I decide to side attack here just to hit as little damage as possible for exact. Also, if they eat the 2 and they cancel the other one, they would die to refresh, right? So that's a scenario that we could put them in, but unfortunately they cancel off the top twice, so they are still at 3-4. And I believe at this point, I have all 8 climaxes out of my deck, and we still have about 8 cards left in the deck, which means we are very much dead. So unfortunately, we couldn't finish off the game, couldn't kill the Tokyo Revenger player, and that's just going to be a loss after he plays out his combo and swings for the damage. So we're not going to play out the rest of the match. It is the Tokyo Revengers win. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.